No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world, and I'm in here with the one and only
Tay Money.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very excited because like you're somebody who had an exposed interview back like 6 months ago, maybe, and we never actually got to do a real podcast. So
I'm glad to be here.
yeah, me too. How you doing? What's going on in your life? I don't want to just like be like, yo, so tell me about your childhood.
So I just dropped a project. It's called Hurricane Tay.
Oh, nice.
16 songs on it. And I'm glad because I've been holding that music for a while. I really just want to put something out. Now I'm ready to just keep putting out. We're going to drop something top of the year. I'm going to say January, February.
Okay.
Some brand new Tay Money.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Like, I have assumptions about you. Obviously, you see somebody in the media, you assume what they're like or whatever. You seem like just such a pure down south Texas woman, like a very nice Southern belle, charming, oozing just random conversations about the weather. And
yeah, I actually don't meet a stranger, and I know that like other artists follow like big famous people and stuff like that, but like I follow my fans, like I follow real people. I'd rather see pictures of your dog. You know what I'm saying? Like I am like that, and I do think that makes me different. And that shout out to my mama for that.
It's a very Texas thing as well. Like I've always kind of lived on the East Coast. Like, well, previously, like I lived like where I grew up in New Hampshire, and I lived in New York for a long time, and then I would go down to Texas and just be like floored by how friendly everybody was in terms of just the way that it's normal to make a conversation with a stranger.
It is. We literally, if you like someone's hair, you say it. You know, we pet everyone's dogs. Like, the food goes crazy in Texas. Like,
Facts.
There's no place better. Like, I'm like, every time I travel, I'm like, damn.
No, I support that. It's because there's just no, like Hollywood is like a culture of health and like taking care of yourself and doing yoga and eating salads. And Texas is like, no, we'll just throw a stick of butter in there. So it's like.
So that's new to me when I come out here. Everything's green. And I think it's great, but I actually don't have the taste buds for that at all.
Right. What are your favorite foods?
I love fried chicken sandwiches.
When I'm like eating whatever, when I'm stopping with the salads, it's all fried chicken.
Really?
I mean, a big part of it.
I recently just started eating salad, and I freaking love it. There's this place called Bread Zeppelin. If you
out here?
Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Bread
but it's
Zeppelin.
like crazy. It's crazy.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, I feel like that's a big part of it. Like the down south vibe. It's just very like
homey.
It's very like we're gonna support you. We're gonna be nice to you. We're gonna take care of you just because you're here. And it's partially because like the population is like spread out. There's like not as many people, so it kind of seems like you should be kinder to your neighbor as opposed to like Hollywood or New York where it's just so cutthroat. Like when you think about other people, you're thinking about being on the subway crammed in there with hundreds of other people.
The thought of a subway, like it kind of like I want to go on one, but I really haven't experienced things like that yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So talk about like how you got here today. What were you like as a kid, or what's the origin story of Tay Money within the rapper universe?
I actually did grow up on a farm, a ranch. I don't know what exactly you would clarify it as because we didn't actually sell like milk or eggs or anything like that, but like we probably had like 50 cattle. When me and my sister were born, my dad each gave us a calf. And you feed it. Well, we didn't actually feed it, but he would feed it and get it real big, and then we would auction it off. He'd put that money in a fund for us, and that's how we got to college.
Did
we was flipping cows.
Were you sad as a kid though? Like the cow has to go away. Is it hard to explain that to a kid?
Yes, and also hunting is a big thing in Texas, and I would like beg my daddy. I'd be like, "Please don't kill him, please." I've seen some crazy stuff like they hang it up by their feet and and it's still twitching and like.
But then, did you eventually learn to accept and respect hunting, or did you never get over that?
I'm not a crybaby, but like, I just turn my head.
Right.
Yeah.
See, that is a weird thing that you see play on social media constantly, where you'll see a dude who's like out hunting and this is legal. This is like normal in a lot of parts of the country or the earth, or like just people hunting fucking deer or whatever. And then you have other people who can't imagine doing that in a million years, commenting and being like, how fucking dare you do that? Acting like people are the spawn of Satan for hunting.
I am a huge animal lover. If you go to my Explore page, it's like just baby animals all over it.
Wow, I wish I had that. Mine's all Instagram models and fucking BMX bikers.
Find some nails and some animals in there.
That's interesting. They know what you want.
I started playing basketball in 6th grade, and that's when I was really introduced to more of like an urban lifestyle.
Okay.
Because I was kind of, you know, out in the ranch. Once I started playing sports, I was very athletic. I even played a year of college softball. But after I got into music and stuff like that, I never imagined I would be doing it. If you would tell me that, I knew I loved music, but I didn't think I would ever do it.
Right. Were you, when you went to school, was it like a very small school because you grew up in presumably like a not so populated area?
So there was 10,000 people in our city, our town.
Oh boy.
It's called Athens. It's about an hour and a half out of Dallas, and we would drive to Dallas for the malls and stuff like that.
Because we, as people who go to Texas, go to Houston, go to Dallas, go to Austin, and you think that's Texas, but the reality is that 95% of Texas is like farmland type.
It
area,
is,
right?
but it's beautiful. There's even some hills in South Texas that look like California hills. It's
Really?
insane. I even actually saw that like this past year and was like, I had no idea. It's called the Hill Country.
Oh, wow.
But it's beautiful. There's rivers. We get on tubes and we float down that.
That's just a regular day down in Texas?
In San Marcos, yeah.
San Marcos?
Yeah, San Marcos.
That's the same thing, like right
Yeah.
outside Austin?
Yeah, so
Okay.
they're like 3-mile long rivers.
Yeah.
And you buy a tube for your cooler and you all tie together and float down it.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That's a lifestyle.
Actually, last time we went down it, we got so drunk that we had to get out and finish walking it.
Really? You were too drunk to continue to
float.
Just to sit on a raft? That's drunk.
I was drunk.
Wow, that's hilarious. Okay, so then you started going to school. Like, were you exposed to rap on the ranch, or did that not really come into play?
Rap on the ranch?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, did you have a radio?
Yeah. My sister had this CD player. It was green. And I would steal it at night and listen to it. And I heard JKwon Tipsy for my first time ever. And I was like,
Wow.
that's so Raven.
That's the kind of song that'll make you fall in love with rap music.
Yeah, I love it.
Just hitting you over the head.
When I go to the studio now, they're like, what type of music do you like? I'm like,
JKwon.
can you make a tipsy beat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real. You really say that?
Sometimes I do. I actually have the JKwon Tipsy vinyl.
Wow.
Yeah, I love it.
That's amazing. I was actually watching this like VH1 thing about JKwon and like what happened to his life and shit.
What happened to him?
Not much. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even remember. So
Poor
probably not a
Molly.
lot. Shout out JKwon,
We
man.
love you, JKwon.
It was hard to be a rapper back then though, because you'd have your big hit and then like the label really didn't give a fuck about you unless you continue to just make big hits, which as I say that it sounds almost exactly like the music industry now, but it's kind of like,
But I agree.
It was tough back then.
Everything back then was crazy. I feel like that's my favorite era. So I still listen to that music, like Ashanti and Ja Rule, J-Lo. Like that's what's pretty much on my phone.
That was a great era.
It's the best. You know, music videos and stuff back then is like, they don't make them like that. They don't make the songs like that. Like who the hell was writing them? You know what I'm saying?
Well, nowadays, like the whole concept of making a video is so easy. I like music videos when it costs like $1 million and it was just like a huge pain in the ass and it might not even come out right.
Right.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Does it bother you at all that earlier when I was describing to somebody, I said she's like a cute little Paul Wall?
No, I love that. I tell people Paul Wall's my uncle. Like, that's
Really?
my uncle. He's not.
Have you met him?
No.
Okay.
But
He follows me on Instagram. I could probably put in a good word.
Paul Wall.
Paul Wall, reach out.
Damn, please. He used to work with this artist. He might still. I don't know. So Paul Wall's from Houston, and Big Tuck is from Dallas.
Love Big Tuck.
He's my favorite rapper.
Southside the realist.
Yes, always.
Who say that we ain't dope dealing wizards?
Called changing color like chameleon lizards. Hey. Actually, Tay Money. I have a song, Tay Money, by Tay Money, and it is a tribute remake of his song "Not a Stain on Me."
Oh, that's another great one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got into Big Tuck because somebody told me when I was really into Riff Raff, they said this dude just stole Big Tuck's flow. So I went and listened to it. I'm like, damn, there's a little truth to that. But I think Riff Raff has acknowledged that, and I think they did music together and stuff.
That's good. I love the way that Riff Raff and Big Tuck talk, the way they describe things. Like, he's not going to say, hey, that blue car. He's going to say that aquaberry. Or there's this Tuck line. He'd say, when my car parked, it's an arcade. Like, that shit, they're not saying shit like that no more, you know?
Oh, yeah. I just love, like, anyone who's just inventive with their lyrics. Earlier, I was telling somebody that one of my favorite rap lyrics all the time is Cameron when he says, since the movie Cocoon had my Uzi platoon, which is a really complicated way of saying I've had a lot of guys with guns around me for a long time.
It's crazy. There's one time I seen you on Melrose, and I heard you came up on you were talking. You were like, I don't know, Gucci wasn't been to Sicily when he wrote those lyrics. What was it? You know what I'm talking about?
Well, it's true because he's talking about it used to be I could just take a bitch to Wendy's, but now these hoes all want to go to Sicily. But this motherfucker's lying because he never even left the country until like a year ago.
Really?
Yeah, because he was always on crazy ass papers and he couldn't leave. And then finally he got off probation like very recently. Because I remember I fucking took all the pictures and put it on the No Jumper Twitter and just said, Gucci finally left the country, blah, blah, blah. And we got like 100,000 retweets and Gucci retweeted it and I was hyped.
That's lit.
As a social media
Gucci
guy,
man.
that's the kind of thing that we live for.
Right.
making viral content out of somebody getting off probation. No, yeah, but that's real.
Hey, you gotta like in today's headlines, like you gotta be problematic.
NoJumper.com. Like, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want one of these, you know where to go. And then No Jumper Facebook too. Link is down in the description. Some good stuff going on over there. Appreciate y'all watching this.